In this relentless landscape, each new day begins with a delicate calculation of risk and reward. The inhabitants of this desert have become true masters of efficiency, a place where every calorie consumed must fully justify the energy invested to obtain it. Here, the relationship between predator and prey has been perfected into an art, and each species develops unique survival strategies. Confrontations in the wild nature of Arizona are not limited to size or strength. It is about intelligence adaptation and the ability to interpret the subtle signs that nature provides us. A slight shift in wind direction can make the difference between a successful hunt and being the prey. The position of the shadows, the angle of the sun, and the humidity of the air become crucial factors in the daily struggle for survival. Water sources are transformed into battlefields where temporary truces are formed and broken in mere moments. The scattered oases of the desert attract creatures from all over the landscape, creating dynamic ecosystems where herbivores, carnivores, and scavengers must coexist in a precarious balance. These watering holes function as nature's amphitheaters, where the drama of survival unfolds in real time. Seasonal changes in Arizona transform not only the landscape, but also the very rules of existence. Spring brings abundance and new opportunities. Summer demands extraordinary endurance and adaptation. Autumn offers a time of preparation and urgency, while winter tests the limits of every creature's ability to survive. Each season rearranges the rules of life, creating new opportunities for some and presenting deadly challenges for others. Arizona's diverse topography creates a mosaic of habitats, each with its own unique community of wildlife. From the lowland deserts, where ancient saguaro cacti create giant forests, to the high mountain meadows where ponderosa pines reach for the sky, this state encompasses multiple ecosystems within its borders. The Sonoran Desert, which covers much of southern Arizona, is perhaps the most biodiverse desert in the world. Here, the iconic saguaro cactus can live for over 200 years, towering up to 39 feet high and serving as veritable apartment buildings for an endless array of desert creatures. These gentle giants provide nesting sites, food sources, and shelter for species ranging from small insects to large birds of prey. Moving north, the landscape gradually transforms into a high desert where different species of cacti and drought-resistant shrubs create a more open environment. Here, the rules of survival change slightly, with different predators and prey adapting to the shifting conditions. Changes in altitude bring lower temperatures and different precipitation patterns, creating new opportunities and challenges for wildlife. In the higher areas, pine forests and mountain meadows contrast sharply with the desert stretching at their feet. These sky islands harbor species commonly associated with Rocky Mountain ecosystems, creating unique communities isolated on mountain peaks surrounded by desert. The altitude causes drastic seasonal changes, with heavy snowfall in winter and moderate temperatures in summer. Across this diverse landscape, 16 extraordinary species have carved out their niches, each with a unique story of adaptation and survival. We will explore their world, starting with one of the desert's most iconic inhabitants. High above the desert floor, carved into the thick walls of a towering saguaro cactus, a small entrance hole reveals the presence of one of Arizona's most hard-working residents. The Gila woodpecker emerges from its custom-built nest, its black and white striped back, reflecting the morning light as it surveys its territory from this elevated position. This remarkable bird has mastered the art of desert construction, using its powerful beak to excavate perfectly round holes in the flesh of the saguaro. The cactus responds by forming a hard callus around the wound, creating a natural cavity that provides excellent insulation against extreme desert temperatures. What begins as a potential injury turns into a mutually beneficial relationship that can last for decades. The daily routine of the Gila woodpecker is a true lesson in desert survival. At dawn, it embarks on its systematic search for insects, using its keen eyesight to detect movement on the bark of desert trees. Its long, sticky tongue can extend far beyond its beak, exploring the crevices where insects hide from the heat. But this bird is not limited to insects. It also feeds on cactus fruit nectar and even small lizards when the opportunity arises. During the scorching summer months, the Gila woodpecker displays remarkable behavioral adaptations. It becomes more active during the cooler morning hours and late afternoon, often remaining motionless in the shade during the intense midday heat. Its home, the saguaro, provides natural air conditioning thanks to its thick walls, maintaining a temperature several degrees cooler than the outside. The Gila woodpecker's industriousness goes beyond its own survival. The holes it excavates in the cacti are subsequently used by numerous other species such as elf owls, purple martins, and various reptiles. In this way, the woodpecker becomes a keystone species, creating habitat for others and maintaining its own place in the desert ecosystem. As the Gila woodpecker settles into its home for the night, the desert transforms into a different world. The cool air brings new sounds and scents, and with them comes one of Arizona's most formidable nocturnal predators. The distinctive silhouette of the great horned owl is outlined against the starry sky as its powerful wings move silently in the darkness. Perched atop a tall saguaro, the owl's large yellow eyes scan the desert floor. Those prominent head tufts, which give the species its name, are not ears but feathers that help to blur the bird's silhouette, making it nearly invisible against the irregular shape of the cactus. The owl's true ears are placed asymmetrically on its skull, allowing it to pinpoint the exact location of sounds in three-dimensional space. The great horned owl's hunting strategy combines patience and explosive action. It can remain motionless for hours, using its exceptional hearing to detect the slightest movement. When a desert cottontail rabbit makes the mistake of wandering into an open space, the owl's response is swift and decisive. Its wings, specially adapted with soft fringed feathers, allow it to glide silently through the air, invisible to both prey and observer until the moment of impact. its powerful talons, capable of exerting a pressure of up to 1,934 pounds per square inch, make escape virtually impossible once contact is established. However, the great horned owl's diet is remarkably diverse, reflecting its adaptability to desert conditions. It hunts everything from small rodents and rabbits to snakes, scorpions, and even other birds. In particularly harsh times, it has been observed catching prey as large as young foxes or as small as insects. Winter brings changes in the owl's behavior as it enters the breeding season. The male's deep, resonant hooting echoes across the desert landscape, a sound that can travel for miles in the cold, still air. These calls serve multiple purposes, such as establishing territory, attracting mates, and communicating with family members over long distances. The success of the great horned owl in Arizona's diverse habitats is due to its incredible adaptability. It nests in diverse locations, from cliffs and abandoned buildings to the tops of tall cacti. Its ability to thrive in environments ranging from the desert to mountain forests makes it one of the most successful birds of prey in North America. The great horned owl's nocturnal hunt continues as dawn approaches, but its keen eyesight also detects movements that do not pose a threat to its usual prey. Below, moving through the desert brush with surprising grace for their sturdy build, a group of javelinas emerges from the pre-dawn shadows. These pig-like mammals, more properly called collared peccaries, are among the desert's most sociable and intelligent residents. The lead female, identifiable by her confident posture and the way the others defer to her movements, guides the group toward a safe water source. Their grizzled coat, a mix of gray and brown hairs, provides perfect camouflage among the desert vegetation. The distinctive white collar that encircles their neck and gives the species its name stands out clearly in the growing light. Peccaries are not true pigs, but members of their own family magnificently adapted to desert life. Their specialized kidneys can concentrate urine to conserve water, while their efficient digestive system extracts maximum nutrition from the tough, fibrous plants that make up their diet. They can survive solely on the moisture from their food, although they will drink water when it is available. The group's foraging behavior reveals their intelligence and social structure. They communicate through a complex system of vocalizations, from soft grunts that maintain group cohesion to sharp barks that warn of danger. Their excellent sense of smell compensates for their relatively poor vision, allowing them to locate food sources and identify group members by scent. As the sun rises, the peccaries seek the shade of a large Palo Verde tree. Here, their social bond becomes evident as they groom one another, using their sharp teeth to remove parasites and debris from each other's fur. This behavior strengthens social bonds and helps maintain the group's hierarchy. The impact of peccaries on their environment is significant, yet often overlooked. Their rooting activity helps aerate the soil and disperse seeds, while their well-worn trails create pathways that other animals use to move efficiently through the dense vegetation. They are, in essence, desert architects constantly remodeling their environment with their daily activities. During the harsh summer months, peccaries become primarily nocturnal, emerging only during the cooler hours of dawn and dusk. Their behavioral flexibility allows them to exploit food resources when conditions are most favorable, avoiding the dangerous midday heat. Pendant que les peccaries se reposent à l'ombre, la canopée du désert prend vie avec les mouvements de l'un des résidents les plus énergiques de l'Arizona. Un minuscule éclair jaune et gris glisse entre les branches d'un saule du désert. Ces mouvements sont si rapides qu'ils sont presque impossibles à suivre. L'oripare verdun, qui pèse moins qu'une pile AA, représente l'incroyable efficacité possible dans l'adaptation au désert. Ce minuscule oiseau, avec sa tête jaune distinctive et ses taches châtains sur les épaules, est un expert en conservation de l'énergie. Chaque mouvement est calculé et chaque trajectoire de vol est optimisée pour une efficacité maximale. Sa petite taille, qui pourrait sembler être un inconvénient dans le rude environnement du désert, offre en fait de nombreux avantages. Son rapport surface sur volume élevé permet une dissipation rapide de la chaleur, tandis que sa masse corporelle minimale nécessite moins de calories pour se maintenir. La construction du nid de l'oripare verdun démontre des compétences en ingénierie remarquables. Avec son bec minuscule, il entrelace des branches épineuses et de la végétation désertique pour créer une structure sphérique avec un petit trou d'entrée. Les parois épaisses du nid isolent à la fois de la chaleur et du froid, tandis que l'extérieur épineux repousse les prédateurs. La stratégie d'alimentation de cet oiseau est un balai constant de mouvement et de précision. Il ramasse des insectes sur les feuilles, l'écorce et les pétales de fleurs avec une dextérité remarquable, se suspendant souvent à l'envers pour atteindre des proies dans des endroits difficiles. Son régime alimentaire comprend également le nectar des fleurs du désert, ce qui en fait un pollinisateur important pour plusieurs espèces de plantes. The verdin's delicate aerial maneuvers contrast sharply with the bold and confident movements of another desert resident. Perched on a cholla cactus, seemingly oblivious to the plant's formidable spines, a cactus wren explores its territory with the assurance of a creature perfectly adapted to its environment. This large brown-striped bird represents the pinnacle of desert specialization. The wren's relationship with the desert's most imposing plants is extraordinary. Where other animals fear to tread, the wren makes its home building its nest deep within the protective embrace of the jumping cholla or other heavily armed cacti. Its thick, tough skin and specialized feathers provide protection against the sharp spines, while its precise movements allow it to navigate the thorny labyrinth with remarkable efficiency. The male wren's territorial display is a spectacle of desert bravado. From its elevated perch, it emits a harsh, mechanical song that sounds like a rusty door opening and closing. This distinctive song serves multiple functions, such as attracting mates, establishing territorial boundaries, and coordinating with family members. The foraging behavior of the cactus wren reveals its opportunistic nature. It explores bark crevices for insects, flips over stones to find hidden prey, and even raids the nests of other birds when the opportunity presents itself. Its strong legs make it an excellent terrestrial forager, capable of running quickly across open areas to escape predators or pursue prey. The bird obtains most of its water from its food and rarely drinks freestanding water even when it is available. Its kidneys are highly efficient at concentrating urine, while its specialized nasal glands help eliminate excess salt from its body. As the wren settles into its thorny fortress for the night, the desert floor becomes the domain of creatures adapted to life in the shadows. A small pale figure emerges from an underground burrow, twitching its massive ears to detect the slightest sound. The kit fox, Arizona's smallest fox species, represents the ultimate desert adaptation, combining intelligence, efficiency, and remarkable engineering skills. The kit fox's massive ears are not just an adorable trait, but also sophisticated survival instruments. These extraordinary appendages can detect the heartbeat of a mouse from several feet away, allowing it to pinpoint its prey even when it is hidden beneath the surface. The large ears also serve as radiators, helping to dissipate heat during hot desert days when the fox rests in its cool underground den. The fox's pale coloration provides perfect camouflage against the sandy desert soils and faded vegetation. Its coat changes subtly with the seasons becoming denser and slightly darker during the colder months. Its long, bushy tail serves multiple functions, acting as a balancing aid during sudden changes in direction, as a blanket for warmth on cold nights, and as a distraction tool against predators. The kit fox's burrow system is a marvel of underground architecture. This extensive network of tunnels can stretch for dozens of feet underground, with multiple entrances and chambers serving different functions. The main den provides a safe place to sleep, while other chambers serve as food storage nurseries and emergency escape routes. The fox's powerful claws and compact body make it an excellent digger, capable of excavating new tunnels with astonishing speed. The fox's hunting strategy combines patience with bursts of energy. It can remain motionless for long periods, using its exceptional hearing to locate its prey. When a kangaroo rat or other small mammal comes within range, the fox's response is lightning fast. Its powerful hind legs propel it forward in a series of leaps, while its sharp teeth and claws ensure a quick, clean kill. During the harsh summer months, the kit fox becomes almost entirely nocturnal, emerging only after sunset and once temperatures have dropped to manageable levels. Its behavioral flexibility allows it to adjust its activity patterns according to temperature, prey availability, and lunar phases. On the brightest nights, when its pale coloration might make it visible to predators, it tends to stay closer to the safety of its den. The kit fox's stealthy nocturnal hunt gives way to one of the desert's most iconic daytime spectacles. As the sun rises, a flock of brown and white birds dashes across the desert floor on their long legs at speeds that would challenge many vehicles on desert roads. The greater roadrunner, Arizona's most famous terrestrial bird, embodies the spirit of desert adaptation and survival. The roadrunner's running technique is a masterpiece of biomechanical efficiency. Its long, powerful legs work in perfect coordination, while its aerodynamic body slices through the air with minimal resistance. The bird's tail serves as a rudder, allowing it to make sharp turns at high speed without losing momentum. When pursuing prey or escaping danger, the roadrunner can reach speeds of up to 20 miles per hour, making it one of the fastest birds in North America. The roadrunner's diet is as diverse as that of any desert omnivore, ranging from insects and small reptiles to birds' eggs and even small mammals. Its hunting strategy is based on speed and opportunism. When it spots a lizard basking in the sun, it approaches with speed and precision. Its sharp, pointed beak delivers a precise strike, while its strong neck muscles give it the strength needed to subdue a struggling prey. The bird's relationship with snakes is particularly fascinating. Roadrunners are skilled snake hunters capable of capturing prey as dangerous as small rattlesnakes. They approach venomous snakes with remarkable bravery, using their speed and agility to avoid strikes while delivering precise pecks to the head. Their thick, scaly legs provide some protection against bites, while their quick reflexes allow them to dodge attacking snakes. During the breeding season, roadrunners perform elaborate courtship displays that showcase their personality and athletic ability. Their vocalizations, a series of coos and clucks, carry across the desert landscape, announcing their presence and physical fitness to females. The roadrunner's nesting behavior reveals its practical approach to desert survival. They build their nests in dense shrubs or cacti, which provides them with protection against predators and inclement weather. The birds line their nests with soft materials, creating a comfortable environment for their eggs and chicks. Both parents participate in incubation and feeding duties, demonstrating the cooperative behavior necessary for successful reproduction in harsh environments. The roadrunner's swift pursuit across the desert represents only one facet of Arizona's diverse fauna. Miles away in the highlands, where ponderosa pines tower over mountain meadows, an entirely different drama unfolds. The thunderous sound of hooves on rocky terrain announces the presence of one of North America's most magnificent large mammals. A bull elk with its massive antlers silhouetted against the sky guides its herd through the mountainous landscape with the bearing of a true king of nature. The presence of elk in the mountains of Arizona creates a sharp contrast with the desert species that live at their feet. These massive animals, whose adult males can weigh up to 700 pounds, require completely different survival strategies. The mountainous environment provides abundant water and vegetation, but presents its own challenges, such as steep terrain, seasonal snow, and extreme temperatures. The bull elk's antlers are one of nature's most impressive seasonal spectacles. Growing during the spring and summer, these bone structures can measure 5 feet wide and weigh up to 40 pounds. During the rut, these antlers serve as weapons and status symbols, and dominant males use them to assert their authority over harems of females. Watching two massive males in combat, their antlers clashing with sounds that echo through the mountain valleys, represents one of the grandest spectacles in wildlife. Elk's seasonal migrations reveal their deep understanding of mountain ecology. As winter approaches and snow begins to accumulate in the higher elevations, the herds move to lower areas where food is still available. These movements follow ancestral routes passed down from generation to generation, with older females leading the way to their traditional wintering grounds. The elk's feeding behavior demonstrates remarkable adaptability to seasonal changes. During the plentiful summer months, they graze on grasses, herbaceous plants, and young tree shoots, building up fat reserves for the difficult winter ahead. With the arrival of autumn and the scarcity of vegetation, they opt to browse on bark twigs and any available vegetation. The social structure of elk herds is complex and dynamic. For most of the year, males and females live separately, with females forming tight-knit groups led by experienced matriarchs. Only during the breeding season do the sexes join together, creating temporary harems that dissolve once mating is over. The imposing presence of the elk in the mountains of Arizona is matched by an equally formidable predator. Moving through the shadows of the pine forests with the fluid grace of a living shadow, the cougar represents the pinnacle of stealth and power. This magnificent feline, also known as the mountain lion, embodies the wild spirit of Arizona's untamed highlands. The mountain lion's hunting strategy relies on patient stealth and explosive power. It can remain motionless for hours, analyzing the movements of its potential prey before acting. When an elk or deer comes within range, the feline's response is swift and decisive. Its powerful hind legs can propel it more than 39 feet in a single leap, while its sharp claws and teeth guarantee a quick and effective kill. The mountain lion's physical adaptations for hunting are remarkable. Its large paws act like snowshoes in winter, distributing its weight over soft snow surfaces. Its long tail provides balance during rapid changes in direction and helps it maintain stability when navigating steep, rocky terrain. Its keen eyesight and hearing allow it to detect prey at great distances, while its sensitive sense of smell can track scent trails across miles of mountainous terrain. The mountain lion's territorial behavior is complex and far-reaching. Adult cats maintain territories that can cover hundreds of square miles, with boundaries marked by scent posts and scratch marks on trees. These territories are fiercely defended, and confrontations between adult cats are rare but potentially fatal. The feline's relationship with its prey goes beyond simple predation. Mountain lions are selective hunters that usually target older, weak, or sick animals. This predatory pressure helps maintain healthy prey populations by eliminating individuals that might otherwise spread disease or consume resources without contributing to reproduction. During the breeding season, normally solitary mountain lions gather for brief but intense courtships. The female's distinctive call, a sound that can travel for miles through the mountain valleys, announces her readiness to mate. These encounters are the only times that adult mountain lions voluntarily share territory, and they rarely last more than a few days. The mountain lion's adaptability to different habitats in Arizona is remarkable. While most commonly associated with mountain forests, these felines also inhabit desert regions where they hunt peccaries, deer, and other desert mammals. Their ability to thrive in diverse environments makes them one of North America's most successful large predators. The powerful presence of the mountain lion in the Arizona highlands contrasts dramatically with that of one of the state's most delicate residents. In a flowering canyon where water seeps from rocky walls to create a desert oasis, a tiny ruby-throated hummingbird hovers before a bright red flower. This tiny bird, weighing less than a penny, represents one of evolution's most remarkable achievements in miniaturization and efficiency. The hummingbird's flight capability borders on the miraculous. Its wings beat at speeds of over 80 times per second, creating the characteristic humming sound that gives the species its name. These rapid wing beats allow it to hover in mid-air, fly backward, and perform aerial maneuvers impossible for any other bird. The hummingbird's specialized flight muscles make up nearly 30% of its body weight, a proportion unmatched by any other creature. This bird's metabolism is one of nature's most extreme examples of high-energy living. A hummingbird's heart beats more than 1,200 times per minute during flight, while its breathing rate can exceed 250 breaths per minute. To fuel this incredible energy expenditure, the bird must consume nectar from hundreds of flowers, daily supplementing its diet with small insects and spiders for protein. The hummingbird's specialized beak and tongue are perfectly adapted for feeding on nectar. The long, slender beak can penetrate deep into the corollas of flowers, while the tongue, forked at the tip and covered in tiny hairs, can extract nectar by capillary action. Different hummingbird species have developed beaks of varying lengths and shapes, each adapted to specific types of flowers. The bird's territorial behavior is fierce despite its tiny size. During the breeding season, male hummingbirds perform elaborate courtship displays that demonstrate their flying ability. The sound produced by air rushing through their tail feathers creates distinctive musical notes that form part of their courtship ritual. The hummingbird's nesting behavior reveals remarkable engineering skills. The female builds a tiny cup-shaped nest out of plant fibers, spider silk, and lichens. The nest, often the size of a walnut, is camouflaged to blend in perfectly with its surroundings. The elasticity of the spider silk allows the nest to expand as the chicks grow, accommodating the increasing size of the developing birds. The hummingbird's delicate presence at the desert oasis attracts other visitors seeking the precious resource of water. High on the rocky cliffs surrounding the water source, a group of desert bighorn sheep navigates ledges that would challenge the most skilled human climbers. These magnificent animals represent the ultimate desert adaptation, combining the agility of mountain goats with the endurance necessary to survive in one of North America's most hostile environments. The bighorn sheep's most distinctive feature, the massive curved horns of adult rams, serves multiple purposes beyond their obvious role in combat. These horns, which can weigh up to 29 pounds, also serve as a status symbol and protection during the spectacular head-butting clashes that determine breeding rights. The sound of two rams clashing can be heard for miles, echoing off the canyon walls like thunder. The hooves of these sheep are marvels of natural engineering. The outer edge is hard and sharp, providing excellent grip on rocky surfaces, while the inner pad is soft and spongy, allowing the animal to feel subtle variations in rock texture. This combination allows the bighorn sheep to traverse terrain that seems impossible for such large animals, scaling up and down cliffs with extraordinary confidence. The water requirements of the bighorn sheep represent one of the greatest challenges to desert survival. These animals must drink regularly, often traveling many miles between water sources. Their knowledge of water locations is passed down from generation to generation, with older sheep leading the herd to traditional watering holes. In times of drought, this knowledge can mean the difference between life and death for the entire herd. The social structure of these sheep is complex and hierarchical. Females and their young form tight-knit groups led by experienced matriarchs, while adult rams usually live in bachelor groups, except during the breeding season. The bond between mothers and lambs is particularly strong, as the ewes teach their young the locations of water sources, escape routes, and safe resting areas. The feeding behavior of the bighorn sheep reveals remarkable adaptability to desert conditions. They are browsers and feed on a wide variety of shrubs, grasses, and cacti. Their ability to process tough, fibrous vegetation allows them to extract nutrients from plants that would be indigestible to many other animals. During the lean winter months, they can survive on dried grasses and shrubs that other herbivores cannot utilize. The lambing season coincides with the most favorable conditions for the survival of the young. Females give birth in secluded rocky areas, often on narrow ledges that protect them from predators. Newborn lambs possess remarkable agility, capable of navigating rocky terrain just hours after birth. This early mobility is crucial for survival in an environment where staying with the herd makes the difference between life and death. The cautious movements of the bighorn sheep among the rocky cliffs do not go unnoticed by the sharp gaze of Arizona's most common raptor. High above, riding the thermal currents rising from the sun-baked desert floor, a red-tailed hawk circles with the patience and confidence of an expert predator. This magnificent bird of prey represents the perfect balance of power and precision, capable of spotting prey from over a mile away while soaring hundreds of feet above the ground. The red-tailed hawk's hunting strategy is based on a combination of patience and explosive action. It can soar for hours with minimal wing beats, taking advantage of updrafts to maintain altitude while surveying the landscape. Upon spotting prey, the hawk's response is swift and decisive. It folds its wings and goes into a controlled dive, reaching speeds of over 100 miles per hour before extending its powerful talons at the moment of impact. The hawk's exceptional eyesight is one of its greatest virtues. Its vision is approximately 8 times sharper than a human's, allowing it to detect the slightest movement in the grass or among the rocks. Its eyes are also capable of detecting ultraviolet light, helping it track the urine trails of small mammals. This remarkable visual acuity makes the red-tailed hawk one of the most effective hunters in the desert ecosystem. The hawk's territorial behavior intensifies during the breeding season, when pairs perform spectacular aerial displays. Their distinctive screeching calls echo across the desert landscape, serving as both a territorial announcement and a means of communication between pairs. The nesting habits of the red-tailed hawk reveal its adaptability to Arizona's diverse habitats. These birds build large stick nests in tall trees, cliffs, or even on artificial structures like utility poles. The nest, built by both the male and the female, serves as the center of their territory and is often reused for several years. The hawk's fierce defense of their nesting area ensures that few predators dare to approach. The red-tailed hawk's aerial surveillance extends beyond the open desert to the riparian zones, where trees provide shelter and food. Among the cottonwoods and willows lining the desert washes a troop of Coatis foragers with the enthusiasm of a professional treasure hunter. These animals, resembling raccoons with long snouts and ringed tails, represent one of Arizona's most sociable and intelligent mammals. The coati's distinctive appearance immediately sets it apart from other desert mammals. Its elongated snout, which can move independently in all directions, serves as both a sophisticated sensor and a precision tool for extracting food from tight spaces. Its mobile nose can detect scents imperceptible to humans and explore crevices where insects and small prey try to hide. The social structure of the coati is complex and dynamic. Females and their young form cohesive bands that can include 30 or more individuals, while adult males typically live solitary lives, except during the breeding season. The band's movement through the landscape is coordinated by a complex system of vocalizations, from soft purrs that maintain group cohesion to sharp barks that warn of danger. The foraging behavior of the coati demonstrates remarkable dexterity and intelligence. With its long, flexible fingers, it can manipulate objects with almost human-like precision. It turns over rocks, explores crevices in bark, and even opens seed pods with careful, precise movements. Its omnivorous diet includes insects, small vertebrates, fruits, and eggs, making it an important seed disperser in riparian ecosystems. The coati's climbing ability is impressive, rivaling that of any arboreal mammal. They can move through the treetops with remarkable agility, using their long tails for balance and their sharp claws for gripping. This arboreal lifestyle allows them to exploit food sources inaccessible to terrestrial animals while providing escape routes from ground-dwelling predators. Coati defense strategies rely on cooperation and communication. When threatened band members work together to mob potential predators, using their numbers and vocalizations to neutralize threats. Their distinctive alarm calls can alert other wildlife to the presence of danger, creating an information network that benefits the entire ecosystem. The coati's lively foraging activities in the riparian forest attract the attention of other inhabitants of these precious water-rich environments. Moving through the dappled shadows beneath the cottonwoods, a small herd of mule deer emerges to drink from a crystal-clear stream. These elegant ungulates, with their distinctive large ears and white-rumped tails, represent one of Arizona's most adaptable and successful large mammals. The mule deer's most distinctive feature, the massive ears that give it its name, serves multiple crucial functions. These extraordinary auditory organs can rotate independently, allowing the deer to pick up sounds from multiple directions simultaneously. Their large surface area also helps dissipate heat during the scorching desert summers, acting as natural air conditioning systems. The mule deer's movement across the landscape is characterized by a unique bounding gait called stotting. This unique form of locomotion, in which all four hooves leave the ground simultaneously, allows it to navigate rugged terrain with remarkable efficiency. Its high bounding gait also serves as a signal to predators, demonstrating its fitness and alertness. The deer's feeding behavior reveals a deep understanding of plant phenology and nutrition. They are selective browsers, choosing the most nutritious plant parts at the optimal time. During the spring, they focus on new shoots and flowering plants, while in the summer they target fruits and pods. Their ability to process a wide variety of plant materials allows them to maintain their nutrition even when their preferred foods are scarce. The social structure of the mule deer varies by season, reflecting the changing demands of survival and reproduction. For most of the year, females and their young form small family groups, while males tend to remain solitary or form loose bachelor herds. The breeding season brings drastic changes as adult males establish territories and compete for mating rights. The deer's anti-predator strategies are sophisticated and multifaceted. Their excellent vision, hearing, and sense of smell allow them to detect threats at considerable distances. When they detect danger, they use various warning signals from foot stomping to explosive snorts to alert other deer. Their knowledge of escape routes and safe zones passed down from generation to generation often makes the difference between life and death. As the mule deer finish their evening drink and vanish into the growing darkness, the riparian zone transforms into a nocturnal paradise. The sound of tiny hands manipulating objects in the water announces the arrival of one of North America's most intelligent and adaptable mammals. A raccoon, its distinctive masked face, clearly visible in the moonlight, demonstrates the dexterity and curiosity that have made its species such a successful animal. The raccoon's front paws are marvels of evolutionary engineering. With a dexterity almost identical to that of human hands, these extraordinary appendages can manipulate objects, open containers, and perform tasks that require fine motor skills. The raccoon's habit of washing its food in water actually enhances its sense of touch, as water increases the sensitivity of its already extraordinary tactile receptors. The raccoon's intelligence is legendary among wildlife observers. These animals have been observed using tools solving complex problems and adapting their behavior to exploit new food sources. Their ability to learn and remember solutions to problems makes them remarkably successful in diverse environments, from pristine wilderness to urban landscapes. The raccoon's omnivorous diet is one of the keys to its success. It consumes everything from insects and small fish to fruits, nuts, and eggs. This dietary flexibility allows it to thrive in virtually any habitat that provides water and shelter. Its foraging is methodical and thorough, and individuals often return to productive feeding areas night after night. The raccoon's social behavior is more complex than commonly believed. Although generally solitary, raccoons form temporary associations, especially during the breeding season and when there are abundant food sources. Mothers with young demonstrate remarkable dedication, teaching their kits essential survival skills through patient example and gentle correction. The raccoon's adaptability to human presence has made it one of North America's most successful mammals. However, in the wild areas of Arizona, these animals still retain their ancestral behavioral patterns. They den in tree hollows, forage along waterways, and raise their young in the safety of dense vegetation. The raccoon's nocturnal activities along the stream unfold with constant alertness to the largest and most powerful residents of Arizona's wilderness. In the distance, the sound of snapping branches and heavy footsteps announces the arrival of one of the state's most impressive and potentially dangerous inhabitants. A black bear, its shiny coat reflecting the moonlight, emerges from the forest to investigate the water source that attracts so many desert creatures. The presence of the black bear in Arizona represents one of nature's most successful survival stories. These adaptable omnivores have managed to thrive in habitats ranging from desert mountain ranges to high-altitude forests. Their intelligent strength and behavioral flexibility have allowed them to exploit resources inaccessible to most other large mammals. The bear's robust build conceals remarkable agility and speed. Despite weighing up to 397 pounds, a black bear can run at speeds exceeding 30 miles per hour and climb trees with the dexterity of a much smaller animal. Its powerful claws, designed for digging and climbing, can also serve as formidable weapons when the situation requires it. The bear's seasonal behavioral patterns reflect a sophisticated understanding of resource availability and environmental conditions. During the spring, they focus on new vegetation insects and small mammals. Summer brings a transition to fruits, berries, and nuts, while autumn is characterized by intensive feeding to build fat reserves for winter. Their ability to gain considerable weight before their winter torpor is crucial for survival during the lean months. The bear's foraging behavior demonstrates remarkable intelligence and adaptability. They have been observed using tools solving complex problems and modifying their behavior based on experience. Their excellent memory allows them to recall productive feeding areas and return to them at the optimal time year after year. The bear's relationship with other wildlife is complex and dynamic. As one of Arizona's largest predators, the black bear commands respect from most other species. However, they are not typically aggressive predators, preferring to avoid confrontation whenever possible. Their presence in an ecosystem usually indicates healthy habitat conditions and abundant resources. The bear's winter behavior varies by altitude and climatic conditions. In the higher areas of Arizona, bears may enter true hibernation, while in lower, warmer areas, they simply reduce their activity. This flexibility allows them to exploit resources across their entire range, minimizing energy expenditure during periods of scarcity. The imposing presence of the black bear at the water source creates ripples of awareness throughout the desert ecosystem. The great horned owl settles into its roost, while the Gila woodpecker emerges to begin another day of hard work. The kit fox disappears into its underground fortress, while the roadrunner begins its high-speed patrols across the desert. From the lowest desert valleys to the highest peaks, each species has found its niche in this extraordinary ecosystem. The social intelligence of the peccary, the energy efficiency of the verdin, the fearless adaptation of the cactus wren, and the perfected predatory skills of the mountain lion represent millions of years of evolutionary refinement. The seasonal rhythms that govern life in Arizona create a complex web of survival strategies. Spring brings abundance and opportunities, with blooms and young animals taking their first steps into the world. Summer tests every creature's ability to withstand extreme heat and water scarcity. Autumn offers time for preparation, as animals build fat reserves and store food for the challenges ahead. Winter brings its own trials with cold temperatures and reduced food availability, testing the limits of adaptation. The interactions between these species create a web of relationships that demonstrates the interconnectedness of all life. The excavations of the Gila woodpecker provide homes for other species, while the rooting activity of the peccary helps plants establish new shoots. The predation of the mountain lion helps maintain healthy prey populations, while the hummingbird's nectar-seeking labor pollinates the flowers that feed countless other creatures. Each animal's story is one of triumph over adversity, of finding ways to thrive in conditions that would challenge the most advanced human technology. Their success represents the incredible power of evolutionary adaptation and the resilience of life itself. The rugged beauty of the desert and the majestic grandeur of the mountains set the stage for these daily dramas of survival. Every dawn brings new challenges and opportunities. Every dusk marks another day of successful adaptation. In this timeless landscape, ancient patterns of life endure just as they have for millions of years, and as they will continue to do for millions more. Arizona's wild nature is a testament to the power of adaptation and the beauty of natural selection. Here, in one of North America's most challenging environments, life has not merely survived, but has created one of the most diverse and extraordinary ecosystems on Earth. The 16 species we have followed represent only a fraction of the incredible biodiversity that inhabits Arizona, each with its own story of survival, adaptation, and triumph. The relationship between human development and Arizona's wildlife presents a complex narrative of destruction and conservation. Urban sprawl in the Sonoran Desert has fragmented critical habitat corridors, forcing species like the mountain lion and the bighorn sheep to live in increasingly isolated populations. The unchecked growth of Phoenix and Tucson has destroyed thousands of acres of pristine desert ecosystem, while water diversions have dried up riparian zones that serve as vital wildlife corridors. Climate change accelerated by human activities represents perhaps the greatest long-term threat to Arizona's wildlife. Rising temperatures and altering precipitation patterns are changing the delicate balance that desert species have perfected over millennia. Many species are forced to adapt faster than evolution typically allows, and some populations are already showing signs of stress. However, the human impact has not been entirely negative. Conservation efforts have rescued several species from the brink of extinction, such as the desert bighorn sheep and various bird species. Protected areas, such as national parks and wildlife refuges, have preserved crucial habitats, while hunting license fees and conservation taxes have funded extensive research and management programs. The challenge moving forward lies in balancing human needs with wildlife conservation. Sustainable development practices, natural corridors, and water conservation initiatives represent a hope for coexistence. The story of Arizona's wildlife is ultimately intertwined with human choices, making every conservation decision a vote for the future of these extraordinary creatures. Are you captivated by the incredible wildlife of Arizona? Show your support by hitting the like button on this video and commenting with your favorite animal. Help spread awareness by sharing it and join the initiative to protect these valuable ecosystems. Remember to ring the bell to stay updated on more unforgettable wilderness adventures.